Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 48, Duncan and the Passengers. One day, all the narrow gauge engines had been called to the sheds. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for them and had told them that Ivo Hugh was coming to the railway. All the engines were curious to see who Ivo Hugh was, so they decided to stay. Soon the conversation grew and all the engines were very excited. "Ooh," said Sir Handel, "I can't wait to see this Ivo Hugh. He seems very interesting," said Skarloey. "Indeed," said Rusty. "Coldy's told me a lot about him," said Duke. "And what has he told you?" said Rheneas. "He says that he was a very nice engine." "Ooh," said Duncan, "I can't wait to see him either." "Really?" said Mighty Mac. "That's wonderful." "No," said Duncan, "I'm being sarcastic." "I think you're too sarcastic, Duncan," said Sir Handel. "No, I'm not," he said. "Sir Topham Hatt is sending us to these meetings that are ridiculous." "Oh," he said, "I can't stand any longer. When is this Ivo Hugh going to get here?" Just then, Ivo Hugh puffed into the shed. "Hello, Ivo Hugh," said all the engines. "You look very nice." "Thank you," said Ivo Hugh, "and you guys look very nice, too." All the engines blushed. They had never been complimented like that before. Said Duncan. I'm not liking this engine already." "Anyway," said Ivo Hugh. "Hi, everyone," he said. "How's everything going?" "It's going great," said all the engines, and the engines told Ivo Hugh about the railway. Duncan soon became bored, and he decided to leave. "Where are you going?" asked Ivo Hugh. "Somewhere where engines aren't," said Duncan, and puffed away. Duncan's not the kind of engine that likes to hang around visitors. "I can tell," said Ivo Hugh. "But don't worry, Sir Topham Hatt's letting me do a job with him." "Ooh," said Skarloey, "that sounds very interesting." "Indeed," said Rusty. "What is it?" "Okay, here's what we're going to do," said Ivo Hugh, and he whispered the plan to the engines. Meanwhile, Duncan puffed along the line to the yard to go get his coach. He came into the yard just in time to see Duck puff by with the zoo cars. "Hi, Duncan," said Duck. "Have you met Ivo Hugh yet?" "Unfortunately, yes," said Duncan. "Why unfortunately?" He said, "he's just one of those teacher's pets or whatnot. He's so perfect in every single way." "Sounds like you're jealous," said Duck. "I am not," said Duncan. He said, "you're no help." "Well, sorry I wasn't a help," said Duck. "Wish I could talk, but the monkey exhibit's opening up and I can't be late. Goodbye," and Duck puffed away. Duncan was about to leave when Billy came in with a Sodor dairy cars. "Heard you don't like Ivo Hugh," said Billy. "How do you know?" he said. "It's all over the island now. He's the most talked about engine on the railway right now." He said, "just another reason why not to like him." "I think he's pretty nice," said Billy. He said, "so I guess you're on the other side?" "What's the other side?" "Well, never mind. Anyway," he said, "how can you like him?" "Well, he's nice, funny, and he seems very smart." He said, "another reason not to like him." "Why do you have such a grudge against him?" said Billy. "You know, on my old railway there was an engine just like him. Unfortunately, he got too big for his buffers, and so my controller sent him away." "Really?" said Duncan. "It's true," said Billy. "In fact, I was the one who sent him away." "Ooh," said Duncan, "you're an inspiration." "Well, sorry I can't talk, but you've inspired me. Goodbye," and Duncan puffed away. The bad part that Duncan didn't know was Billy wasn't being truthful, and he made the whole story up. This was going to cause confusion and delay. Duncan puffed along the line very proudly. Until he came to the Elsbridge station. Duncan puffed in, and there, sitting beside him, was Ivo Hugh. "What in the world?" said Duncan. "What are you doing here?" "I'm coming to help you with your train." "Oh, thanks," said Duncan, "but I don't need the help." "Well, actually, you're helping me." "What?" said Duncan. "I'm pulling the train, and you're going to push from behind, just in case I have trouble." "Oh, yeah, right," said Duncan. But all of a sudden, he found himself at the back of the train. Said Duncan, "how did this happen?" "Sir Topham Hatt's orders," said Ivo. And they both puffed away when the guard's whistle was blown. The puffed along the line steadily until they came to where Derek was. He had stopped because of his teething troubles. "Oh, sorry," said Derek. I didn't mean to have my teething troubles, but, well, they just come on unexpectedly." "Oh, I feel bad for you," said Ivanhoe. "Do you want us to push from behind?" "No," said Duncan. "Don't fall into his trap. Derek is a mean diesel." "He doesn't seem mean," said Ivanhoe. "How do you know that?" All diesels are mean," said Duncan. You should know that by now." "Well, I don't, and I'm sorry," said Ivo. "But anyway, Derek, you want some help?" "That I would love some help," said Derek. "Well, you're not getting any," said Duncan. He pushed Ivo into a siding. "We're going to go around a different way." He started to go backwards. "No," said Ivanhoe. There was a goods train lined up at the oil depot, and they were filling the last oil tanker with oil. "Watch out," said Ivo and Derek. Duncan backed up and he smashed into the caboose. "Oh, ouch," said Duncan. "That hurt." "Serves you right," said Ivanhoe. "Man, slow and steady does win the race after all." And Spencer was very surprised. "What in the world?" he said. You've destroyed my goods train, Duncan." "Ugh," he said. "I will never forgive you." "Oh no," said Duncan. "I've earned an enemy. Joy." Ivanhoe had to wait until the breakdown train came, and the goods train was back on the line. Then Spencer puffed away with it. However, Rocky didn't come to pick up Duncan, and so Ivo had to wait. Meanwhile, workmen came to fix Derek, and Derek was on his way soon. Unfortunately, Ivo had to go. "I'm sorry, Duncan," he said, "but I have to go, otherwise this train's going to be late." "Oh," said Duncan. "Well, go ahead. I'll just be here if you need me." "Okay," said Ivo, and Ivo puffed away. "Oh," he said, "slow and steady does win the race after all." And Duncan sat in his spot and sulked.